Hey everyone, I hope you all had a fantastic Easter weekend. My family had an absolute blast. My mom came over and we had Easter dinner and did an Easter egg hunt. The kids got their baskets and then they also got to decorate some hard-boiled eggs. So we had a very, very busy day. I did a tiny bit of vlogging on that day, but not very much, so I'm not sure if I'm going to put it up or not. Let me know if you'd like to see a little bit of how our Easter went and I will put it up on here. Today I just really wanted to play around a little bit, do a get ready with me, chat with you guys a little bit. I've had in my head for a while the idea of doing kind of a strawberry chocolate look with some pinks and some browns and really doing kind of a fun eye look. So that's actually what I'm going to be focusing on putting together today. I haven't planned this out in advance, so I'm pretty much just going to wing it and we will see how it turns out. I am going to grab my hair clippy and throw up my hair. That way it is not all in my way while we're working here. There we go. Alright, and excuse me if this looks like a little bit crazy up here. I still have hair, baby hairs that are growing out. Alright, I'm going to start by priming my eyelid. I have on no other makeup, no primer or anything yet. And then I'm going to grab my NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk because this is awesome for when you want to create a brighter look. And I'm just going to blend that in with my finger. I'm going to be working out of two palettes today. I'm going to be using my beloved Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And I'm using my Wet n Wild little trio in I'm Getting Sunburned. It's number 334. So I'm going to start by popping open my chocolate bar palette. And I'm going to be using the super light pink shade. It's this one. Strawberry Bonbon. I really desperately need to clean my brushes. So if you guys would like to see a video on how I clean my brushes, give this video a thumbs up and I will make that a video coming up very, very soon because they are in desperate need of some love. So I'm using a flat shader brush in Strawberry Bonbon. I'm just going to pat that all over my eyelid. Now this is a very, very light creamy color and I want to add just a bit of shimmer and a bit of punch to it because it is a matte. So I'm going into the I'm Getting Sunburned palette, the Wet n Wild one, and pulling out this top shade, which is a nice shimmery pink, using the same brush and just loading that up. And on the inner corner to about the center of my eye, I'm going to just pat this up to just above the crease. For me, if you have non-hooded eyes, go ahead and just stop at the crease. That really, really punches that pink up and makes it very bright and noticeable, so I love that. Alright, next I'm going back into my chocolate bar palette and I'm going to be using this shade. This is Semi-Sweet, it's the matte brown. And I'm grabbing a slightly rounded pointed brush for this. I'm going to load that up and I'm just going to just mark out that outer V with this. And I'm going to grab a tiny detailer brush and the same shade, we're still in Semi-Sweet. And since the rounded brush I have is pretty big, I'm just going to take this and go in and add just a little bit along my upper lash line. Not very much, just a touch. And help just neaten that up a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to also take that same shade and take it underneath my eye. Okay, I'm going to wipe off that brush real quick. Go back into my I'm Getting Sunburned palette and grab the pink shade again. And just take that right around my tear duct, underneath my eye, and just blend it into the matte brown. Alright, I know that looks a little raccoonized for now, but we're going to fix that. I'm going to take a clean blending brush. Just going to take that along the edge of that outer V and just work that so that it is nice and soft and blended. There, see how that softens that up? Next, I'm going to take my flat shader brush again, and then since I have a good amount of pink shaded shimmer in this look already, I'm going back into my chocolate bar palette, and I'm grabbing the shade, which is white chocolate. This is going to be my highlight color. I'm just going to take that underneath my brow bone and just blend that slightly into the top of Semi-Sweet, just a little. Yeah, I like how that looks. Okay, that works. I am going to add a little bit more dark brown in the outer corner of my eye. So I'm going to go in and grab this shade. This is Ganache. I'm grabbing a smaller shader brush for this. Just going to dab that on the inside of that V. Just very lightly. Just want to add a tiny, tiny bit more depth and dimension. There we go. Alright, we are done with our palettes for now. I'm going to take my brown eyeliner. This is a CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus. I cannot remember the shade name and it's rubbed off, but it is a super dark brown. And I'm going to line my tight line and my waterline with this. I'm going to skip doing any sort of eyeliner above my top lashes because I don't want any of the pink or brown to be covered up. I want them completely visible and very bright. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes next. And I'm doing 2 coats of mascara. I'm doing 1 coat of my Maybelline Lash Discovery. I'm doing this just on the top lashes too. I don't want anything on my bottom lashes today. And then I'm doing a second coat with the Falsies Volume Express. These 2 mascaras combined together are like my dream team for lashes that look super crazy thick, super crazy long, don't get spidery, and pretty much look like you went to the trouble of putting on false lashes when you don't feel like wearing false lashes that day. Here is the finished eye. And I will be right back with the other one done, and then we will move on to eyebrows, foundation, and all that fun stuff. Alright, I am back with both of my eyes done. So next I'm going to start with my Maybelline Baby Skin. So I'm just going to dot this where my pores are heaviest, on the base of my nose where I have some dry skin, and on my forehead, and rub that in. I'm using my Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation in 103 True Ivory. Going to put about a pea-sized amount onto my finger and then just dot that a little bit everywhere. Then I'm taking my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush And I'm going to blend this in. What in the world? Sorry, my neighbors have a 3-year-old kid who goes around the outside of their house completely unsupervised. And while we don't live in a bad neighborhood, we don't exactly live in, the safest neighborhood in the world. It's like we're right outside the city limits. And yeah, let's just say I don't let my kids play outside without me out there. So I'm always like kind of half keeping an eye out for this kid because I don't want anything to happen to him. There we go. Next, I'm grabbing my Maybelline Age Rewind Under Eye Concealer. This is my favorite. Just gonna grab some on my ring finger, dab it under my eyes, and then I'm going to just blend it in with my finger. I haven't found a brush yet that I love for doing my under eye concealer. I've tried a few and I haven't found one that is as fast and as efficient as just using my finger. So alright, now that I have that all blended out, I'm going to grab my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I'm using a small amount of this just on my giant powder brush to set the concealer underneath my eyes and a little bit on my nose and on my chin. My cheeks and my forehead tend to be the most dehydrated, so I tend to avoid using any sort of setting powder on them. Next, I'm going to grab my NYC bronzer in Sunny and my small contour brush. I'm just going to put some contour in along my cheekbones. And just dab a little bit on my forehead and temples. Underneath my jawline. Squish the brush. Do a small amount on the sides of my nose and the tip and just blend that in. That's about as fancy as I tend to get with my contouring, and a tiny bit under my lip. Right, get that closed up. I'm actually, for my highlight today, I'm actually going back into my chocolate bar palette, and I'm grabbing the shade Champagne Truffle. I wanted this slightly lighter, more pink toned highlight today, so I'm just going to grab that on my just dual fiber brush and sweep that along. Ooh, oh, that makes a pretty highlight. I've never tried this as a highlight before, but oh my gosh, look how, can you see that? Look how pretty that is. Oh, okay, so that makes an amazing highlight for super fair skin. Touch on my chin, a little bit down the bridge of my nose, and on the center of my forehead. Now, I did notice while I was doing that I have a few blemishes that are popping up despite my efforts at beating them down viciously. So I'm just going to put a tiny dab on those. I'm using my NYX HD concealer. Just cover those bad boys up. There we go, that's much better. For blush today, I'm using my Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush in 05 Fresh Pink. Normally I would apply this with my fingertips, but today I'm feeling fancy, so I'm going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush and load that up. And then I'm going to start by just stippling it and then blending it. This is a super, super soft, fair pink that looks amazing if you are pretty much as pale as a sheet of paper like I am. I am actually self-tanning at home and trying to fix that little problem for the summer, so hopefully I will be a few shades darker here shortly. There we go. Our skin is done, and I'm still missing something. Eyebrows. I'm going to do those real quick. I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. I'm going to film me doing them, but I'm going to fast forward through it since I already did a tutorial on how I use this. Alright, I'm grabbing my Maybelline Great Lash and wiping off most of what is on the brush. This is what I use as my brow setting gel, and just set those wild things down into place so they don't try and go flying around on me, because they will try. Alright, everything is done except for our lips now. For lips, I'm going very, very simple. No lip liner, no lipstick. I'm just using my NYX Butter Gloss in Meringue. This is a gorgeous pale pink color. It's pretty opaque too. And with all the NYX Butter Glosses, I always like blending them out with my finger, because some of them can get just a little streaky when you first apply them. Please excuse my lips if they look kind of funky. It is massive, massive allergy season for me, so my skin, my eyes, and my lips are crazy, crazy dried out right now. But I'm going to take down my hair. My hair today, literally, I just washed it and conditioned it last night, let it air dry overnight, and then you really can't tell, but I attempted to straighten it this morning, but it wasn't having it. Apparently my hair does not like the fact that it has been cold and rainy all day long. So this is the finished look. I really, really hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys, and I really hope you try out this look. I think it's really pretty and really fun to do for summer. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on my website, which is joannabrooks.net, and I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. I'm pretty much everywhere. All the links for all those are below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye! Hi everyone, so today I am super excited to review the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette for you. I know it's been out for a while,